Hi, I'm Scott Peterson here at the NAMM Main Stage 2014 with Eric Stahlhammer, the front of house engineer. And what we've got is a multi-rack sound grid effects processing system connected all via optical MADI to the Soundcraft VI6. So basically what this lets us do is have a virtual effects rack here all over optical MADI, up to 128 channels in and out over a single Cat6 at 48 kilohertz. The main components are a Mac Mini connected via standard networking cables and switch to an MGO, which is our DigiGrid MADI to optical MADI to SoundGrid interface that takes the audio from insert points in the console and allows you to affect them with multi-rack SoundGrid using Waves plugins. Okay, so on the first input, I noticed you have low air. What exactly is going on with that?
I use low air to sort of give me something that I can put in the subs in the bottom end. I take the primary kick channel, in this case, since I didn't have a mic inside, and split it, and then ran that second channel basically to the low frequency systems of this.
Makes sense. Let's just rip down your input list and see what's going on. I did notice that something a little bit odd and interesting was going on the bass. You're using WNS, which is a gain-based noise suppression utility. What's going on there?
The bass player had a high frequency wispiness to his pickups, and rather than trying to gate it out, I used something a little more artsy since it was available.
A little more transparent?
Yeah, absolutely.
Next in the chain, I saw you had Bass Rider. What's the deal there?
Just using it to keep the bass player a little more in line. It sounds like compression, but it doesn't compress as much. It's a nice way to iron out what comes out of a bass player typically.
Gotcha, like gain control with no squash?
Absolutely, yeah. No coloration.
Now, looking at your vocal chains, what is the thought process going behind using hybrid EQ with CLA and then C6?
I find the hybrid EQ to be extremely accurate, and I can use the different EQ filter types in ways so I can hear, if I hear like I want a British EQ, or if I just want a really clean digital EQ to clean out a frequency that's kind of feeding back a little bit or something, I can select exactly what I need, and then also having the frequency response curve kind of across the bottom is just a very helpful little utility to have. That's certainly more powerful than what's in any desk.
What about CLA? It's one of my personal favorites. The 1176 LA2A and LA3A are on everything.
Yeah, I just think it's a nice vocal comp that's straightforward and easy to go with.
And last in line is one of my other favorites for vocals and any problematic input in addition to the 2-bus, and that's C6.
Yeah, exactly. It's a great utility, once again, for dealing with things that have vast dynamic ranges but tend to change throughout those dynamic ranges. You can find problem frequencies and iron them out, and it comes out sounding like there's nothing on it because it's a very clean processor, but it sounds great.
In this particular configuration, we're using SoundGrid, which will let us do a virtual sound check and playback with plugins so that you can tweak your mix. But most of the time, you're carrying around the Mac Mini server and a way to get I/O from pretty much anything, and that's what you roll with is multi-rack native. Can you tell us anything about how that's working for you, or if it is?
It's great. It's very nice to have something as a freelance engineer to be able to walk into any situation and take what essentially has become to me the only way to go. I don't do shows without it anymore because the tools it provides allow me to do such a better job. I just do everything I can to bring it with me on every gig anymore.
I can echo that. Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.